All right, y'all. I just got done watching Mortal Kombat, and I'm a little on the fence. So, uh, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. there were some there were some things that could have been done better. I mean, granted, that's pretty much every movie you see, but when it's a Mortal Kombat movie, uh, you just you're expecting some kind of crazy, like, you want to see the characters from the video game that you've played for years portrayed in a way that you feel does them justice. And they did do that with certain characters, and then other characters they kind of did them dirty. Like Goro, for instance. I mean, Goro's a badass. When you play the video game, you're like, damn, I gotta fight Goro, and then you set up, you know. But like, I don't want to give anything away, but you know, they kind of did Goro dirty. They did a few other characters, in my opinion, maybe not dirty, but they didn't do them the justice that they deserved, in my opinion. Also, there's this developing, evolving story with the main character in the movie, and in my opinion, I was expecting this character to evolve into something, or I was expecting his um, journey to end differently than it did, and I was a little disappointed. But at the same time, the way the movie ended, I'm trying to be careful with what I say here. The way the movie ended was actually pretty badass, so I wasn't too upset about it. But I don't know. To me, it felt like they were trying to rush. As weird as that sounds for an almost 2 hour movie, it felt like they were trying to, like, they spend a lot of the movie building up the characters, and maybe not building up the characters, but building up, well, yeah, kind of building up the characters and the story at the same time. And then towards the middle end of the movie, it was like everything was just kind of like coming together quick, and fighters were just popping up all over the place. Half of them with like no real like backstory, like, oh, okay, so this fighter's in here now, and without giving away, I'm not gonna say names because there's some fighters that appear in the movie that you probably aren't aware of, because I didn't see them in any of the previews, so I don't want to give that away. That's like a little treat for you guys when you watch it, and it's worth watching. I don't want to sound like I'm, I don't want to sound like I'm disparaging the movie altogether, because it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. There's nothing in the movie where you're going to be like, well, there may be a few scenes maybe, but nothing where you're going to be at the edge of your seat like, oh my god, you know. Um, Most of the characters were a little underwhelming, in my opinion. Um, there were certain characters that they did do a really good job on, like Sub Zero. Sub Zero was such a badass. If you if you imagine Sub Zero in a Mortal Kombat movie done in 2021, they gave it to you. I mean, if they had done what they did with Sub Zero with every other fighter in the movie, this could have been a whole different this could have been a whole different experience. But again, as the movie's like nearing the middle end, it's like things are starting to happen so rapidly, and it just didn't feel right. It just kind of felt rushed. Now, if they had made it 3 hours, maybe put Zack Snyder in there, the Mortal Kombat Snyder's cut. I don't know if y'all would have wanted to sit. You know what? If Zack Snyder did a 3 hour Mortal Kombat, I sure as hell would sit through that. But no, my point is if they made it like a little longer, maybe 2.5 hours, 3 hours, give a little bit more time for things to like play out instead of just trying to rush it all together to get everything accomplished. I don't know. It didn't do much for me. It was entertaining for what it was, but it wasn't great. There is a little. I mean, it's not much of a surprise, but trying not to give anything away here. At the end of the movie, um, they They show a name. I'll put it that way. They show a name of a fighter who wasn't in the entire movie, and it's obvious that they're most likely going to make another one. And there was mentions of fighters in the movie that actually didn't appear in the movie. So you're probably going to see that if they make a second one, and I hope they do. And I hope they do a little bit better job this time because, like I said, for the way they built the story up and following the main character in the movie, it just seemed like so rushed and then not enough meat, like there's not enough there to like make it stick out, make it stand out. But I mean, it was all right. The certain parts of the movie, the CGI looked kind of corny, cheesy, and then there were other parts where the special effects looked dope. Like a lot of like when you saw Raiden and the lightning and things like that, and certain things that were going on with other fighters like Liu Kang, and I don't want, like I said, I don't want to give anything away. But yeah, they actually did a pretty good job with those elements. But then there were some parts where it just kind of looked like a B movie. But I mean, like I said, you guys got to see it for yourselves and see what you think about it. But it was okay. I'll give it like a. I want to kind of be fair here. I'll give it a 6 out of 10, and that's being a little generous. But yeah, if you guys haven't watched it, go check it out. You might like it more than I did. Everybody's got their own opinion. Leave your comments below if you have watched it. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna get out of here. So yeah, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.